Welcome. Today we're doing a deep dive into, well, a pretty unexpected mix. Hip-hop, intense emotion, and yes, digital currency.
That's right. We're unpacking the sources around Drake's new track, What Did I Miss? It's arguably Bitcoin's biggest pop culture moment yet.
Definitely surprising.
Yeah.
So our mission today,
We want to understand how this song, which seems pretty straightforward on the surface, actually makes Bitcoin emotionally legible, you know?
emotionally legible. I
Yeah.
like that. What does that really mean for Bitcoin getting into the mainstream?
Well, it's more than just a quick mention. It feels almost like a cultural hack.
Okay, let's get into it. So July 4th arrives, fireworks are going off, and then Drake drops this.
Exactly. Out of nowhere, during a YouTube stream called Iceman Episode 1,
Right.
and suddenly, Bitcoin, 16 years after it first appeared, gets thrust right into the heart of the cultural conversation.
By arguably the biggest artist on the planet.
And in such a personal context, too.
Yeah, because the timing is key here, isn't it?
Yeah.
This comes right after that huge, very public feud with Kendrick Lamar in 2024.
Absolutely. And the track is just dripping with that raw emotion betrayal, mainly.
And he uses Bitcoin's infamous ups and downs
It's volatility.
as a way to talk about people switching sides. Friends becoming, well, not friends.
It's a potent metaphor for just how unpredictable people can be. It really lands, I think.
So how does he build that? You mentioned the chorus really setting the scene.
Oh, totally. The chorus is pure disillusionment. He says, "Last time I looked to my right, you expletive was standing beside me.
Wow.
How can some people I love hang around expletive who try me? Let's go. What did I miss?" That question just hangs there.
It's heavy. But the Bitcoin link comes in the verse, right?
Yes, the first verse is where he makes it explicit. He literally says, "I look at this shit like a BTC.
Okay, direct.
Could be down this week, then I'm up next week." It perfectly mirrors that feeling, the sudden collapse, the potential rebound, both for Bitcoin prices and for trust in people.
Such a specific, modern way to express that age-old feeling of betrayal.
And it's interesting because this isn't Drake's first dance with Bitcoin.
No, definitely not. His relationship's been less about long-term investing, more about betting.
High-stakes gambling is probably the right term. We know he's lost huge sums, like over $1 million in BTC just this year on sports bets.
Yeah, the NBA Finals, Stanley Cup, didn't go his way.
Right. It adds a layer of irony, doesn't it? Rapping about unpredictability while making these massive, unpredictable bets himself.
And he's got that deal with Stake, the crypto gambling site.
Exactly. He's very visibly using Bitcoin, placing these huge wagers, so he interacts with it, just maybe not like your typical crypto enthusiast.
Okay, so what's the real impact here, beyond just the lyrics?
Well, this is where it gets fascinating, I think. The song lifts Bitcoin out of the realm of just, tech jargon and market charts.
Stuff for tech bros, as some might say.
Right. And suddenly it's a metaphor for something deeply human. Betrayal. Shifting loyalty. That gut-wrenching unpredictability.
So Bitcoin becomes like a stand-in for trust, lost and maybe regained.
In a way, yeah. It's a decentralized symbol for a very centralized personal feeling. And Drake himself, his whole public image is kind of volatile, right? So it fits.
He sort of embodies that unpredictability he's rapping about.
Exactly. And by choosing betrayal to articulate Bitcoin's nature, he bypasses years of complex technical explanations.
That's a real interesting point. Crypto companies spend millions trying to make this stuff relatable, trying to humanize the tech.
And maybe one verse from Drake does more than all those campaigns combined. It's a provocative thought.
So is this just a one-off, a fluke? Or does it show a different path for things like crypto to actually enter the mainstream consciousness?
It really makes you question how these abstract concepts actually take root, doesn't it? Is it through detailed explanations, white papers, roadmaps?
Or is it through raw feeling, through art, through stories, even painful ones?
This song positions Bitcoin not just as this digital asset, but as a cultural reference point, a way to talk about introspection, about pain. It makes it emotionally legible, like we said at the start.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you listening?
It shows how powerful personal narrative can be. How an artist working through their own stuff can unexpectedly elevate a complex technology right into pop culture's living room.
Yeah. And it leaves us with a pretty big question, I think.
Which is,
When do these big abstract ideas truly become part of our shared understanding? Is it the technical details that finally click?
or is it when they get tied to something undeniably human, something raw and relatable, like feeling let down or seeing things swing wildly back and forth?
Definitely something to think about as you navigate the unpredictable swings in your own life.